DSTV, connecting your world.
Thank you for joining us on the BRTV channel 102. This is Nigeria Watch. Laws of the land. The fact that my friends abroad have to send money to support me. By now, they can afford to pay the few individuals coming out to vote, and then by that simple majority they've won. And that's not necessary. Let's get you through some of the newspaper headlines that you perhaps had been too busy in the day missing. And so we're starting straight with the Punch newspaper, where we have a report that President Muhammadu Buhari to unveil redesigned Naira note Wednesday. Buhari to unveil a redesigned Naira note Wednesday. That report's coming from the Punch newspaper. Still with the Punch, we have this one. CBN raises interest rates to 16.5%. That's on the economy. CBN raises interest rate to 16.5%. Still on the newspaper headlines at this hour, we have Vanguard. Very sad news, road crash. 37 people burnt to death along Maiduguri-Damaturu Road. Road crash, 37 burnt to death along Maiduguri-Damaturu Road. May their souls rest in peace. And in politics, we have a report from the Vanguard newspaper where the Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi says, I will secure, unite Nigeria. Peter Obi, I will secure, unite Nigeria. And back to the economy, we have a report from the Guardian newspaper where reports say Nigeria needs 7 trillion naira yearly to fund social security. Nigeria needs 7 trillion naira yearly to fund social security. And back to politics, we have a report from the Leadership newspaper where the governor of Ebonyi State, Governor Umahi, has said to Wike, Tinubu needs Rivers State vote, not logistics support. Umahi to Wike, Tinubu needs Rivers vote, not logistic support, rather. Okay, we'll bring you the details of that in case you've just joined the show. This is the Nigeria Watch, Nigeria's leading political economic talk show. We'll go for a break now. When I come back, I'll bring you details of the headlines before we get joined by Adora. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us on the BRTV channel 102. This is Nigeria Watch. Thank you for staying there with us. This is the Nigeria Watch, where we take a look at people, politics, economy, and governance. Let's give you details of some of the newspaper headlines we brought to you earlier. That the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, has announced that the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, will on Wednesday unveil the newly designed Naira note. Emefiele disclosed these in Abuja during the Monetary Policy Committee monthly meeting. The newly designed Naira note to be unveiled are 1,500 and 200 Naira notes. According to the governor, the Apex Bank would not move the January 31, 2023 deadline. CBN for all notes to be deposited to commercial banks. On October 26, 2022, Emefiele announced that the CBN would issue the redesigned 200, 500 and 1,000 naira note effective December 15, 2022. However, he has said the CBN will not wait until December 15, but will unveil on Wednesday, November 23. Still on the economy, we have a report from the Punch where the interest rate across board has been raised to 16.5%. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria voted Tuesday to increase the benchmark interest rate by 100 basis points to 16.5%, the highest since 2001. The CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele disclosed these while reading the communique of the last MPC meeting of the year on Tuesday, November 22, 2022. The MPC said the tightening would curb a higher rate of inflation and restore investors' confidence. According to a report by Nairametrics, the highest of the MPC meeting included increased MPR to 100 basis points to 16.5%. The symmetric corridor of plus 100 basis points around MPR was retained. The CRR was retained at 32.5%, while all of the liquidity ratio was also kept at 30%. Moving on now, we have a sad report from the Vanguard newspaper where we told you that there was a road crash where 37 people were burnt to death along Maiduguri Damaturu Road. That report has it that not fewer than 37 people have been burnt beyond recognition in a road accident that involved 2 Hummer buses and 1 golf salon along Maiduguri Damaturu Road, very close to Jakana village. Zonal Commander of Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, Zone 12, Bauchi, Yobe, and Borno State, Assistant Corps Marshal Rotimi Adeleye disclosed these to correspondent in Bauchi on Tuesday. He said this is to intimate you of very fatal crashes at about 10 a.m. Today, November 22, that occurred this morning along Maiduguri Damaturu Road, very close to a village called Jakana. 3 vehicles were involved, 2 Hummer buses and 1 Golf. So far, 37 people have been confirmed dead, 8 injured, and most of them burnt beyond recognition. And most of them some have been taken to the Borno General Hospital. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Amen. Moving ahead now into politics, we have a report from the Vanguard newspaper where the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, has said that he will unite, secure Nigeria. That's a report from the Vanguard newspaper. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, pledged in Abuja on Tuesday to secure and unite Nigeria if elected as president in 2023. Obi made the pledge at an interactive session with the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. He said unity and security were needed to address problems leveling the nation, including moving of Nigerians from Nigeria from consumption to production. In his words, and I quote, "We must secure and unite the country. When you secure the country, you are able to bring farmers to return to the farm. That alone will start addressing food inflation. By moving the country from consumption to production, you are moving people away from poverty. The more you pull people out of poverty, the more you address criminality." Still on the economy, we're moving now to the Guardian newspaper, where report has it that Nigeria needs 7 trillion naira to meet it adequately fund social security system. As part of solutions for Nigeria to end its poverty trap, the country requires about 5 to 7 trillion naira yearly to fund the operation of a thorough, well-managed social security system. Experts are of the view that Nigeria, with a gross domestic product GDP of $440 billion, being the largest economy in Africa, but caught in a deep poverty cycle. Rethinking social protection that is well organized, expertly planned, and supported by national law remained necessary. Leadership newspaper has this report that the governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, has told Governor Wike that Tinubu needs a Rivers vote, not logistics support. Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi has declared that what the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, needed from Rivers State is the people's vote and not logistics support. Governor Wike had on Monday promised logistics support to the presidential candidate of the party, and of course the New Nigeria People's Party as well, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and former governor and Labour Party presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. Umahi spoke on Tuesday while inaugurating the Apabu Itu Umodiaha Egbada Road in Emoha local government area of Rivers State. And those are some of the details of the news we brought to you earlier. We'll go for a short break now. When we return, we'll take a look at the analysis and take a peep into 2023 inclusion, democracy, and of course, accountability ahead of the 2023 general elections. We shall be having Adora talk to us on the program tonight. Stay with us.